My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole,
Hello, hello.
Evie,
G'day.
and you're watching with us 2010 416 in Stargate SG1. And that is Joseph Faxon from Home Depot.
Home Depot.
So,
Joe's newspaper is actually our first goof. So it
Oh,
stated
God.
that July 27, 2010 was a Thursday, but it was actually a Tuesday.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And in just a second, there's another goof. The waitress swipes Joe's card the wrong way.
Yes.
Like the magnetic strip is facing
Yep.
upwards.
Oh, honey. Oh.
Yep, this is true. And they don't have tap to pay yet. I guess we didn't by 2010 either, so yeah, that makes sense.
No.
But with the
technically
Ashen
not.
technology, come on.
I
Honestly.
know, right? So, in this episode, we're kind of hit with a double dose of reality. So, Amanda Tapping, it turns out, I believe, also struggled with
This is
fertility
true.
issues.
Yeah.
So she's
And
very
in
personal.
in a sad twist of fate, Donna Davis later succumbed to a very similar ailment portrayed here back in 2008.
I remember noticing, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. So sad.
So this
We
is...
visited this location as well, didn't we?
Yes. So
Yes.
this is now it was a casino and then like a venue for concerts. But now the panels, the glass panels have now all been covered up on the inside. So it's a shame because it doesn't look like at all like it used to.
No, we went
Yeah.
inside and the new owner let us look around, and that was very interesting.
Plaza
'cause
of
it was,
Nations.
yeah.
Plaza of Nations, yeah. So previously used in Nicole's favorite episode, Bane.
Oh, God. Oh, yes. I forgot. Can we not? Oh.
Did you just vomit in your mouth a little
I
bit?
did. I
that's
did.
funny.
I did.
So Christopher Cousins was actually the Home Depot guy for a while. That's why I was making that reference.
Yeah,
But in
okay.
this episode, he makes his first of two appearances. And
He does.
I've been trying to get him for a long time to come on.
He was
That
on
would be
Breaking
so
Bad as well,
cool.
wasn't
He's
he?
on Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
he was Ted. Is it Ted Beneke?
Yeah, he is Ted,
In
yeah.
13 episodes of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And he also had a reoccurring role on General Hospital,
Oh, wow,
apparently.
okay.
And this episode also stars Dion Luther as Mullen. So this is Dion's first of two physical Stargate appearances. He also returns next season as Mullen in 2001. And
He's
also
an Asgard.
provides the voice
Yep.
of Chief Archon. Is it Archon? The Asgard Council member in Red Sky and Failsafe in
Failsafe.
season 5.
Yep.
Wow, yeah.
Yep. I've been trying to find him, but he's gone dark. He hasn't performed in years. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Would love to have him on. There's so many of these characters I'd love to have on.
I know. You just have to keep trying.
So I'm going to bring up something that I mentioned the other week, which is that I always wondered if Teal'c would ever want to get his symbol on his forehead removed.
Yes.
And because in 2010 in this episode he does, but
Yeah.
He does,
when we see
yeah.
him in the rest of the show, around the time 2010 crops up, he doesn't have it removed. So it's yeah.
one of 4 times where he appears without the tattoo. So there's also the Gamekeeper, the Changeling, and Threshold.
Mm.
And this is the first of 2 episodes where Kinsey becomes president in an alternate timeline. So the
Yeah.
second is the Mobius 2-parter.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I love that line. President Kinsey wasn't amused because he finds out that Henry is
Oh,
dead.
absolutely. The
Oh,
SG1 is not thrilled with him.
No.
But it's a
So,
great
yeah,
cameo.
huzzah for Janet Fraser
Yeah.
coming back.
So the title of this episode and its companion 2001 likely honor Arthur C. Clarke's Space Odyssey novels. So the series,
Yeah.
the Space Odyssey series, also features the term Stargate and echoes the Ashen's project's goal to convert Jupiter into a star.
That's correct.
So, and apparently this episode ranked 8th in Sky's top 10 Stargate episodes.
Yeah, the what if shows where they show us
Yeah.
how awful things could be and then they pull us back from the brink are strong.
I do love the way they just showed the whole Kinsey being like, I might run for office, I don't know. And then boom, here he is in the
Yeah,
future.
it's a good back to back. Yeah.
For sure.
In his blog, Joe Malozzi called this episode his favorite Brad Wright script of the 4th season. And on that, I think Brad Wright has actually said that this script actually flowed out quite quickly and naturally for him. And it's one of his favorite episodes, he said in an interview with Sci-Fi Wire. And Brad Wright also believed that Andy Makita's direction took this episode to the next level and gave it the feel of like a mini movie.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Which I definitely agree with too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Jack swinging down that wire.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
I found this episode
Flying
very
through the air with the
confusing.
greatest of ease. Yes.
Confusing
I found
how?
it so confusing growing up. Well, because obviously when I was a kid, I watched Stargate in a very weird order, and I remember just seeing this and being like, did I put the wrong disc in? Did I do this wrong?
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, you thought you were jumping around in time.
yeah, because I didn't even notice the episode name. I just put in the disc and press play. So I was like, I didn't even look when it said 2010 on it. I love their reaction to the shooting.
Yeah, me too.
Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't like this episode the first time because I found it so confusing. But now I'm like, oh, what a fantastic turn of events, you know?
To General Hammond.
I love that it's confusing. It's
Yeah.
just, it comes out of nowhere and it kind of mirrors how the characters feel. They're also confused. So-
Yeah. Can we just appreciate Daniel in this outfit? I don't like the rectangular glasses though. I miss the round ones.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Gee, gotta like
Janet
Spider.
missed her fate on P3X666, so there is that.
Ah, the only
That's
plus of this
true.
episode.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, in a Gate Worlds review, the author Deborah Kraft praised Dr. Frasier's expanded role in this episode and commented
Yes.
Tara Rothery for her adept portrayal of a doctor confronting obsolence while unraveling a significant conspiracy alongside Sam. And
Yeah.
I think that's a very good comment.
Is it obsolescence or obsolescence?
Obsolescence? It could be obsolescence.
I'm curious now, because obsolescence sounds right too. I don't know. But yeah, so Teal'c has moved on. You know,
Yeah.
He
he's
has,
back on
yeah.
Earth for a little while. Peck on the mouth,
They
peck
kissed
on the mouth.
Did you see that?
And
Did
then
they
a
just kiss
nod.
on the lips a little bit,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Amanda
I
and
think
Chris?
it was, yeah.
Yep.
I think it was a little bit on the edge.
Yep,
I think that
for
was
sure.
them just being them.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I have working with that character with those people for that long. I'm not surprised. So they're family.
Yeah, they all like
So-
kind of joke, kiss each other a lot on the behind the scenes and everything. So it's
They
like,
do,
hey, you
yeah.
do.
What a locale! What a beautiful
Yeah.
building.
It was not that pretty when we went there.
It was not. It was all dark because of all
And
the
it didn't
panels
really
have been
seem as
blocked.
big. Yeah, I think it's just because
Yep.
felt
there's no panels
claustrophobic.
here, so
Yep.
it looks a lot more airy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another thing about this episode is that like I didn't like it because I was like, "Hello, Sam, Jack, what happened? What's going on?" But then, like, as I've gotten older, I've gone, "Wait, there's so much unspoken tension." So, and I like that
Yeah.
more.
It's so nice seeing everyone outside of SGC together.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Amanda as well, like with
Right
her
now.
fertility issues?
Mhm.
Like, didn't she start quite late anyway because of the fact that she was obviously doing this show and it would be very inconvenient to get pregnant? So didn't she wait till like season 7 or
I'm
something?
not sure when her and Alan started
don't
trying, but they had
know.
been trying for a while. So season 8 with when Olivia came along, it was quite the miracle for her. So
I'm really glad that she was able to get, what she wanted there.
Yep.
Very important.
Mm.
let's
Big oof.
look at the video monitor.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I don't even know quite what I'm looking at, and I have the same anatomy.
yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me. Phew!
I know.
All right, I'm looking at this and I'm
Right.
going, I have no idea what I'm looking at, and I'm not going to
assuming,
sound like an
it was
idiot by
fallopian
saying so.
tubes and the uterus, but like I don't know what exactly was wrong. So
The important thing is that they know that something's wrong.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The fallopian tubes looked a bit like darker, grayed out more than usual. Like it was a bit darker in certain spots, and maybe that was it.
Maybe.
Just
Yeah.
they've gone a bit off. You
He
know?
is
They're,
a-
they're dead.
Delicious villain.
He's so like
He
like,
is. I think
snippy.
all the main like Shen characters are. I think it's just how they're just so kind of
It's just their
I
species.
don't know. Just the way that they deliver their lines, it's just so, it's like menacing how bland they are. I don't know if that's like the right way to say it, but
No,
like,
bland is right.
he's got absolutely like no humor in his face.
They all
He just
wear
like
grey.
delivers
They
the
have
lines
no
so straight.
personality.
Correct.
And
That's right. That
And I
table
guess
was later
because-
used in Atlantis, FYI.
Ah,
I know, I
that's
do recognize
cool.
it. It was one of the office,
Yep.
one of the meeting
Just not the
tables.
keyboards. Yep.
Yeah. They also reused a desk from an episode of season 6 of SG1 in Atlantis as well as the meeting room desks again.
Yep.
It was like a glowing paneled glass table with
Yep.
like lights
Oh,
underneath.
okay.
Always worried about population growth.
It is just really funny that the Ashen's way of like wiping out people is to just do it the slow, awful way. Like
Yeah,
instead
they
of just
play the
taking us all
long
out.
game.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's such a devious way to do
You'll
things.
find we're a
It
very
really
patient
is.
people.
Yeah, patiently boring.
That's right. Yes.
God knows how long they live.
Yeah.
I suspect they live considerably longer than we do.
It's really interesting to see just like a villain
Yeah.
that's just so bland and conniving.
But like, because he is bland, you're wondering what he's hiding, and I think that's what makes them
Correct.
seem so much more menacing.
Because how can they
Yeah.
possibly
Don't you
be bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just so
Don't you think
empty.
the Ashen's written language kind of resembles a dingback font?
It does. Yeah.
It looks like
Just a bunch of
wingdings or
wingdings.
something. Yeah.
Wingdings. That's funny. It's very hieroglyphic in terms of its concept.
Yeah, it is.
But I love the interface. That was really cool.
Yeah.
At least Sam can read it. And the
So,
fact that
like,
she doesn't
oof.
set off any alarms just shows how
Yeah.
arrogant these people are. That,
True.
no one will ever try to do anything. And they've got complete control of the media probably anyway, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's kind of curious. Like, even if the Ashen did control the global media, wouldn't someone have noticed the drastic drop in birth rate sooner? Like, don't people talk to one another?
Yeah, this has been
Yeah.
happening to, I'm sure people have figured it out.
2
and
years,
they've
I think they
stomped them
said.
out.
Yeah.
The only difference is the level of access that these people have, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because I think they just control what everyone has access to. Like
Yep.
Sam just said, like, she didn't have access to the mainframe until Mullen gave her access. So it's probably where all their secrets are hidden.
Scary that she's like the anti-aging vaccine is like the people who took it are the ones who have been a thing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that scare me of people going like, especially when COVID was coming around, being like,
Yeah.
oh, don't take the COVID vaccine. That's how the government are going to track you and do things to you and blah blah blah. And yeah, I understand people's fear of that personally. I don't care. I don't think that the world's going to do that to me. I think that's a dark and dismal path. I like to think that humanity's better than that. And that my COVID vaccine is good. So
yeah. So Deborah Kraft in her Gateworld review for this episode highlighted the lighting effects in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that the brilliant setting sun provides an intriguing atmosphere for this conversation, making the entire restaurant awash in an almost ethereal orange glow.
Well, the setting of the sun is setting on humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, did the Ashen aim to decimate Earth's population, or was it an accidental result of altering their anti-aging treatment for humans?
This is on purpose. We saw what happened to the Volians.
I was going to say, because on Gateworld, they theorized that the Ashen might have incorporated Dargol from Vias in past and present into their anti-aging treatment, because that substance also slowed aging but negatively impacted fertility.
It's entirely possible. Well,
Oh.
but the Volians were taken out hundreds of years ago.
yeah.
So the same thing. It's an interesting tie to connect two episodes together, but it doesn't explain the Volian system. So
Well, I wonder, what if, in a reverse twist of fate, what if the stuff that happened with them was actually linked to the Ashen?
You
What
think-
if, like, somebody stumbled upon the Ashen situation and then was able to get out? Like, what if Linnea did that?
you
She was
think
like,
Linnea and the
spying.
Ashen are connected somehow?
Potentially, it makes sense.
But
if,
the
like,
Ashen had no concept of other star systems, outside of their own gate network.
That they're not
Well,
natural explorers,
the
isn't that what they
destroyer
say
of
in
worlds can
2001?
do what she wants. She's
Okay,
an
that's fair.
absolute queen, so
She is a queen. And the Tolan are still around, because Anubis never came to power. If he ever came back, they just probably knocked him out.
Mm.
And you can't blame the Jaffa for how they feel.
No, they're just in survival mode.
They probably used some kind of genetic weapon on the Goa'uld, which probably rendered all the Goa'uld
Oh, that's a good
dead.
point. Yeah, that's a good point. Killed all the symbiotes.
Uh-huh.
Apparently not. I just love the way that he says that. Like,
apparently this is the last of it. That was the last supper.
So, Sam's firm position on not altering history seems to have shifted over the past decade because she had a completely different perspective in 1969.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the use of the Stargate from this episode is different than the use of the Stargate in 1969. In 1969, the Stargate only allowed them to play out events that already happened, whereas in this episode, they are rewriting events and creating an alternate reality.
This is the problem that I have with Stargate, is the inconsistency in time travel.
Yeah, it's like, okay, which version of time travel are we using? Are we using one to flesh out story, or are we using one to write a new reality?
Yeah.
The right new reality is better.
Yeah, I'll just jump in there really quickly because there's a goof, but you've got to really watch carefully. So when Sam visits Jack, you need to watch the right side of the screen between the birdhouse and the caravan, because when Sam knocks on the door, a crew member is visible walking backwards. Watch it between the birdhouse and the caravan.
Right. I'm looking. Oh, yeah, there we go.
So. Yeah. Well, there's no neighbor? Yeah, he's pretty out there. How did you see that?
Oh, I looked it up.
Insane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
and then I always double check. Yeah, someone else saw it.
So we've been here. This is a great location.
We have.
This is one of the most photographed locations in all of Vancouver. It's used as so many hideouts in so many movies. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And TV shows, mostly TV
I
shows.
pretended to joke throw Linda into the pond. Just cause.
Sorry, Jack's words just then echo Jack's line to Kowalski in Children of the Gods when he says, "I'm retired, Kowalski, lose the salute."
Yeah.
And if you look really carefully, you can kind of see
a goatee. Yes.
Breaching this.
Oh.
No, I love the goatee. No, you can see the some fish breaching the surface. Just
are you sure it's fish? Shoulder. You sure it's not?
There was something moving.
Yeah, for
there
sure.
There was definitely something.
We all know
moving.
it's
Not
turtles.
We all know it's turtles. Yeah.
I mean, there's clearly fish. So in this timeline, he's probably added fish.
Yeah, and there is some unsynchronized audio. So the audio appears to have been dubbed post-production as Sam's voice is out of sync with her lip movements. So especially when she says Ashen. So Amanda emphasizes the first syllable, but the audio highlights the second. It's
they went
really
back and
obvious
forth
when
in
you
this
watch
episode
it.
in terms of the pronunciation for Ashen, because Ashen obviously means like dead, gray. So it's just really appropriate.
I can really see that.
Yeah,
I can hear it and I can see it. Yep.
Because on set they're saying Ashen.
Whoa! Okay, I could hear the real difference there. I heard the audio jump from the booth to like.
When you know what's happening, it's hard to unhear it.
Yeah.
So there are some movies where the dubbing is just awful. Some actors aren't good at it.
Has a really bad cold, and I can really hear it as well.
Because there's that really obvious one in Galaxy Quest with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh,
screw that.
Yeah. And it's like, your lips are saying something else, Sigourney.
Yeah.
You hear her say Ashen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Normally, when the camera's at a wider shot.
I'm surprised that Evie and I have not yet brought up the
Here we go.
sexual tension.
Yep.
Yeah. There's so much tension in this moment. The fact that she was the one to reach out to him as well.
Yep.
It's like pulling at him emotionally as well. It's like,
Well, they all walked away from him. They all thought he was crazy. So he's going to enjoy this for a moment.
You just feel very, very betrayed.
I just can't believe that SG1 ever did this. It's shocking.
Or it will happen just on
Look,
another
in this timeline,
branch.
you don't smash. Other timeline, there's a higher percentage chance. So picking the other one.
The smash percentage has changed.
Yep.
It's very romantic when you put it that way.
Yep.
Smash.
Yes, it is.
You want to smash?
Smash.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, they threw up a very
Yeah.
big grey flag, so
Yep.
chill, bruh.
Mm.
So you're just going to let humanity die.
Yeah.
Yes, they both know that he's not going to do that.
No, you don't.
No, he's just relishing in being right. And I think maybe at this point he is
With no
not game
pesky
about
fish in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
We
you
just
go.
saw it.
So
All right.
that reference also features in the Curse, Threads, Mobius Part 2, and 200.
Wow, there you go.
God, there's so much tension in this moment. Oh, she
Oh,
used his
she's
name.
calling him Jack.
Whoa. Excuse me.
Let me know how it turns out. Yeah, about that. You'll never know.
Did I miss a mention of Joe as well at the beginning when we were talking about the stuff?
Yeah,
Or
yes.
is
How's
it
your
coming
oh
Oh, no, here it is.
Dearly
There it
beloved,
is.
Yeah, you're dearly beloved.
That's what I was waiting for that.
It's so funny.
Talking to Jack first. Oh, there is straight up. I'm not gonna lie, right? I feel like at the end of the day, when they all split off and everything, that Sam and Jack had a moment where they could have had a relationship.
Well, they could have, yeah.
And I think
Sam
that she
chose
rejected him.
Joe.
Yeah, because Joe
Yeah.
agreed with the Ashen thing and Jack didn't. I feel like that's where the change. I want to write a book about this. Oh,
There's probably fan fiction out there.
I'll go find it.
There's always fan fiction.
Honestly, that's my headcanon going forward, that they were going to be together. I love that. It's just like, go ask your man, because, like, it's not me.
It's a good thing he was ready when Janet went to the other side. It's like, you better be ready because we're ready to do this in like 5 minutes.
Oh my god. Guys, it's time.
Yeah.
I know.
This is very exciting. I love her.
So the turn of phrase embarkation
room.
room is a throwback to the first season.
The
I'm glad
kid's
they didn't
face.
stick with that. Yeah.
So good. I would have been that kid.
Oh, and also guys, in
embarkation
the
room.
in the gate room, the banner on the left hand side of the gate displays the logo for the Bedrosian forces
Yes,
from
that's
Newground.
correct.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting.
Not your personal favorite?
favorite.
Use
Who
me.
do you prefer?
So good. So good.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
throws
there's
the
a flag there.
Yeah,
This
we probably
way.
went and conquered
Yeah.
them while we were at it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna see a Vulcan salute here.
Yes.
Part of one. The thumb isn't sticking out.
What a ridiculous situation. But this would be it, you know?
So
Don't leave
there's a
fingerprints.
continuity issue coming up with Jack's glasses. So Jack is seen putting on his sunglasses, but then in the next moment he's holding them as
Yeah.
he walks back down the ramp. So I guess he was just putting them on for dramatic effect.
Yeah, I can
Because he's
see that.
holding them. He's holding them.
Love it. Love this. Gecko Fair said $27 for a picture. That's a ripoff. Especially for back then. God.
For
But, you
now,
know,
I mean,
something
that's
so,
about that now.
Something so big as the gate, though,
Yeah.
that might be worth
And
it.
that the briefing room is closed off to visitors. That's just sad.
Yeah. I'd want to go in there and pay $27 to pretend like I'm hosting a briefing. Like, hello?
Oh
Yeah, that's
boy.
going to be a problem.
You need to talk to the curator. Oh, there's the curator right there.
Oh, no.
I remember you guys.
Norman Davis, right?
Yeah, isn't this where the name thing came up?
Yep.
Like one of
Yes,
the first times.
it
Yeah,
is.
because O'Neill was like, nope, we're changing his name.
Well,
But
yeah,
they're like, it's not his
RDA,
name. It's like, well,
it's
it
an
is now.
improvisation. Yeah. So apparently it was a nod to Walter Raider
Yep.
O'Reilly from MASH.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Walter.
Where'd you get those?
We're going to put them
We
back.
took them.
We'll return them on Thursday.
Yeah.
It won't be here Thursday.
Walter
There won't be a
actually
Thursday.
refers. Yeah, exactly. So he calls them colonels.
Yep.
So I guess that means
I'm
that
sure
Carter
she
was
got promoted after that, yep.
before becoming
Yeah.
a civilian citizen.
Of course it is.
On the way down.
Jed Ted is loving Daniel's spy outfit. I do love that the whole garb, the hat, glasses, just very dark.
It's funny because the
Thursday.
two most recognizable things of a person are their hair and their eyes.
Yeah. I do love the comedy and the way he leaves that situation.
Yeah. He looks very like Dick Tracy or something. So Sam dismisses the idea of sending a radio message. So if an EM dampening field blocks radio signals, it raises the question of how a GDO, which
It wouldn't
relies on
work
radio
either.
frequencies, would function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may be a different band.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Daniel. I love that. I love that the
not
two.
the right time to be funny.
He's like, apparently not. No, there's nothing more. And then like, no, no going back. Like, glass is half full.
This is a great scene.
Yeah.
Oh, it's powerful.
He was in on it. I love their crown molding.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Ill with shock,
Yep.
disgust. Honey, you're just depressed. If my boyfriend said that to me, I'd
Bit of
slap him.
gaslighting.
That
Yeah.
is some gaslighting.
Well, you have been trying to have kids for ages.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
telling me, honey, you're just depressed.
You're
Like, talk to
depressed.
me with some sensitivity, my love. Jesus.
Not every relationship's the same.
I will also say, David, respectfully, you are a male. So you don't I don't think you understand unless you had what I had, which is female genitalia, that kind of talk don't fly with women. we do not take that well.
So would you guys consider this to be kind of a homage to Back to the Future too? Because he's like mentioning sports results, which is exactly
That is
what
a little
Marty
bit of
did
that,
in
yeah.
Back to the Future too. Yeah. The sports almanac.
Oh boy, here we go.
Big oof.
Mm.
And the fact that it admits it.
Wasn't supposed to be that high.
45%.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, right? If I got told that it was like 45% like chance that I can't have kids, but I get to live longer and like not get sick, I'd be like, dial me, I'll take that, I'll adopt. Peace out.
Look at the look on her face.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He was in on it, but it wasn't his call.
Yeah.
Once they were in, there was no getting them out.
No.
Mm. So, in her Gate World review, Deborah Kraft observed that Joe, even though his role is quite small in this episode, really was portrayed
Big
with
deal.
depth.
Yeah.
And he's aware of the Ashen's actions affecting fertility, but he isn't really characterized as evil. So, even after this sort of heated argument with Sam about secrets, their trust sort of does endure, and Joe does end up helping the team by supplying the crucial GDO.
Yeah. And no matter what, he is a good guy. Like 2001, he shows
he's
it
not a
again.
bad guy.
You can make the argument that 45% is a lot, but 90% is species ending. And I think that's
species ending,
I think that's the turn for him, where it's like, you know, I accepted this before, but this is now my chance to redeem myself by helping this through, because if we don't do this in 200 years, we're done.
Jean Deotta,
they're the Volians
coming in with let's go of women energy, the betrayal, encouraging her to keep trying for a baby, knowing the odds. Yeah, this man gaslit her so hard. I get it, but damn, son, you messed up.
He might have been under the impression, though, that she wasn't affected somehow. Like, maybe they gave her like a different version of the vaccine.
But he's pretty foolish to think that. No, and
very naive.
After trying for the length of time that they've been trying, years,
that he's gone in knowing that the percentage is down, and then telling her, "Honey, you're just depressed.
We can beat those odds."
Okay.
Like, oh my God.
I would argue that he wasn't even thinking about that he was so arrogant to think that, you know, his family would not be included in that change.
I mean, we all have that, don't we? We're like, oh yeah, you know,
it won't happen to me.
No,
yeah. The government will never use a vaccine to do anything wrong to me. No, it's perfect.
We appreciate this graphic for a second. I think it's pretty cool.
The sun is beeping.
Yeah, the sun's beeping. Yeah,
it's one of the greatest lines from the show.
This, along with Mactil Oz, is.
Oh yes, from the same.
You just
season,
say you were
too.
the Great and Powerful Oz.
Yeah. Okay, Ted said something that I've been thinking for a while, which is, does Mullum give anyone Neil Patrick Harris vibes from Starship Troopers? 100%. I was thinking that.
We're going back to Planet P to capture that brain. A great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
We should definitely add that to our.
I just realized we had Chibi Me 10 join us.
Yes, welcome.
Are you new, Chibi Me 10? Hello.
I don't recognize the
name,
handle. Yeah.
So, Jack correcting Joe's grammar echoes his interaction with Hirak in season 6. Don't you think? Where he points out a grammatical error.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess it just sort of shows what little respect he has for Joe.
Yeah.
He ended that sentence with a preposition.
Yes.
And O'Neill backs down. It's Carter who, you know, and it's a good thing that she does, because otherwise it would not have worked.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
This guy has no idea that they plan on like going back in time, and I find that quite funny. She's not going to have a life if this works, May, so don't worry. She's going to have a different life.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on what kind of time travel you consider. I mean, ever since
literally about to say that,
ever since Endgame came out in the theaters, pretty much everyone is like, all realities continue. So, that's
exactly. Like it'll just
there's just a new branch created.
I don't like that. That scares me, because I just think about all the SG1s out there on alternate branches and alternate realities and all that stuff. Everybody that's like doing it makes me sad. So despite like the gaslighting and everything, Joe is, I still like him. I get what he was doing, and he's a politician, but you know, he's one of the good politicians, and I still like him.
He has his reasons for doing what he was doing what he did, and they are selfless reasons. They're not selfish reasons. But
that's
he just
why.
he just trusts too much, and in the end, it bites them all in the ass. He's like, okay, that's not cool.
This is why the good guy politicians never like get as high as they deserve because they're not as
because they play by the rules.
Corrupt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Damn
you've
it,
got to
Kinsey.
color outside the lines as a politician.
Janet looks great. She's so short.
I love her. She's so tiny.
They give her
She's
apple
like a little pocket
boxes
rocket.
when she's in the medical ward. So you never really notice it, but when she's walking in a crowd, she's always on an apple, almost always on an apple box when she's standing
I just
still.
remember that story when she does the when she was doing the voice of the Asgard and she had to wear that big red sensor so they knew where to look.
Well, she's wearing a cutout of Heimdall.
Yeah, I remember seeing a photo of that. This is the like VIP lounge.
Yeah, someone else sitting in there. Don't mind me.
No
I'm
one's
just doing
noticing
my thing.
that he's got like a harpoon.
I love this whole setup. This was great production design.
Yeah. I feel like they'd have like some sort of security like warning being like, hey, all of SG1 showed up. This is a bit suspicious.
Yep, exactly.
Like they all appeared on one day. Jack's hit.
Well, that's the thing. Mullum raises that point. He's like, this is kind of odd to see you. So
yeah.
And here she's like, there won't be a chance to work this out. If they do what they're going to do, it won't matter. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hello.
And he just happens to be walking by the
joint.
terminal. That's the other issue that I have. What is he doing back here? So
Melon.
The war. You know?
It's a good answer.
The thing is, if someone said to me, like, if I corrected them and they went, "Oh, the war," sorry, I'd be like, "Oh God, I don't want to ask." Like,
Exactly. That's why he says it.
This is why whenever like someone asks me a question that I don't want to answer, because I was like late or busy or something, I'm like, "Oh, lady problems. Don't ask me. Don't talk about it." You know?
Yeah.
GB10, what seems terrible about the terminal is it doesn't seem to allow for mass transport. I bet vehicles go through there.
Yeah.
I love the line, I bought him a hat, and he's got this huge bag.
Yes.
And Nolan's like, what are you talking about?
What kind of hat are you getting?
He could have just said that he'd just been to the gym or something, like big bag like that.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Things are about to kick off.
You think these are a Shen? I guess they're a Shen.
I don't know, but I was going to say, like, seeing as how the Ashen flinched at the sound of gunshots.
Yeah, I'd imagine
maybe
they're not.
SG1 should have, like, cranked some heavy metal music.
Oh, man, I love that.
But an AC/DC blasting,
exactly.
like, would have been great.
Or some, like, Lamb of God or something like death metal.
Dear, oh dear.
And this is before 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of these man, can you imagine being attacked by these pinpricks? So the makeup team put a lot of the makeup of the dots on their faces, and so in the shots where you see the dot suddenly appear, it's been painted out digitally before until the shot has been achieved, and then it's exposed underneath.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another conspiracy theory thought, right? So these guys are like being like, they're like, oh, hey, these guys are terrorists. Well, how many times in real life have people being like said they're the terrorists, but they're not? What if they're actually SG1 secretly trying to help save everybody?
That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, that's too much.
That is a lot to unpack.
Man, that was a cool stunt, and Rick actually did that. And we've stood there, and that is a height.
That looks like him. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not Dan Shea.
Flying Fox.
Yeah, I was actually wondering. I felt like the security here was really low. I mean, the guns are very like too much. Maybe that's why the security is very lax.
See, like
But
here.
this is, yeah. This was before 9/11, so.
Yep.
But I am assuming 9/11 happened, obviously, in this timeline, because no matter what, it probably would have still happened.
Yeah, it was still pretty early on. I don't know. I think that the Ashin was starting to make changes by the end of 2001. So who knows?
I just feel like the security here should be just a little bit tighter.
Yep.
You know. I don't know why, but I really like the way Daniel dies.
I think he's missing some of the marks from his face. He had them before.
I thought they were on the other side, but I don't know. Oh, such a good shot. Such a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the music as well. Sorry, David.
Oh, Joel did great.
Oh.
Kerthunk. Or as Kramer would say, goo.
Oh, thank you. That's good.
It's so nice that we're back, guys. It's like, oh, it's normal again.
It's like a relief.
Yeah. It's so nice. I just don't even want to I just don't want any quiet, but I just don't want to talk. I just want to sit here and appreciate it.
Yeah. So you can't really blame Hammond for summoning these reinforcements. Like, the message was loaded.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Wah, wah.
A piece of paper. You know what, though? The words and paper are important, sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword, so.
Exactly right.
I do always love that when there's not an unauthorized or unexpected incoming traveler, that SG1 and Dr. Fraser are right there to see who it is, while all the other SG teams are at home with their families.
Yeah. Yes.
Or off-world doing their jobs.
Okay, so guys, here's an interesting question for you. So in the episode 1969, SG1 briefly met an older Cassandra, which raises the question, in reality, had Earth been devastated by the Ashen, or was it the new reality where contact with them and P4C 970 never occurred?
So my brain...
It doesn't make sense.
My brain just turned into a crumpled piece of paper with
Evie,
biodegradable ink.
Blood smears.
1969 is a stupid episode.
It is not.
I hate it.
You hate it?
No, I don't hate it. I hate the time travel, and it doesn't make sense.
That's why Rick didn't like doing time travel episodes.
So in 2010, so it's unclear whether the galaxy is still at war with the replicators or if the Ashen contributed to their defeat. So it's also possible that the Ashen's involvement in the Goa'uld War enabled the Asgard to dedicate more resources to combating the replicator threat.
Exactly. It's entirely possible. Something tells me they were dealt with.
Yes.
Maybe the Ashen was somehow able to anti-replicator the replicators by giving them a vaccine.
They have pretty powerful technology. I'm sure they could have thrown a curveball.
9% chance of replication.
Just like shoots like the juice from like a firearm or something, and then just like disintegrate. So according to Malozzi, this episode was meant to be the first in an Ashen trilogy.
Yes,
but the third part was never produced.
Yep, it was called Judgment.
What is the third part?
It was called Judgment, and the Asgard put Earth on trial for devastating the Ashen homeworld. With a black hole.
Really?
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, no.
That was 2010, everyone. Thanks for joining us.